Hello Leo, welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. This is a general reading, a life reading for your sign. But please don't forget to like and share, like and subscribe, as that does help to move the videos around YouTube as well. Okay, so let's have a look here what we've got. We've got a bit of a mixed bag this time around. We've got the 8th house coming up. The 8th house is to do with a couple of areas, which may be coming up for you at this time. Now, it's indicating Black Moon Lilith here at the bottom, and then at the top we've got Damara guiding children. So this can be your own children or other children that you're involved with. It could be, family, relatives, and so on, or it could be to do with your inner child as well. Now, it depends. The 8th house. With the Black Moon Lilith, this could very well be to do with it could be to do with your own children. It could be something that you're kind of waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for something to occur, but you haven't quite got a handle on it, or it's not quite clear. There's an undercurrent of something going on. And you're just not sure what it is at this point, and what's going to come up. So there's a little bit of a mystery going on there. And with the 8th house, it could very well be to do with financial situation. That may be coming up because the 8th house does deal with finance. So this is normally big finance. It's things like investments, insurances, and assets, banking, tax. It's also to do with, legacies and inheritances and things like that. So there could be something to do with that, that is kind of in the area, there's an undercurrent going on. Maybe your children are involved, or you are thinking about certain things to do with them. But, there's something going on in the background, but you can't quite get your hands on it. You can't quite get all the pieces together because there's kind of something, it's like a veiled time. It's like a pregnant pause, if I could put it that way. Okay, so that may be coming in. Then there's also the, it could also be to do with aspects around children, but to do with either yourself or your children, or children that you know. There could be an unplanned pregnancy coming in with Black Moon Lilith. That can happen. And this 8th house is the house of intimacy. This is to do with sex and intimacy and sexuality in all its forms. Okay, so that can come in. Also to do with unions, So it could also be to do with you and your person coming together in a more committed union. And this can involve issues around sexuality, around finance. Also, if one or either of you may already have children, there could be issues to do with that, trying to combine families, bringing a blended family in. There could be lots of ways that can come in. But it can also be to do with your own feelings in any one of these issues I've mentioned. And this could be to do with keeping yourself under emotional control. With Black Moon Lilith, sometimes something can come in. It may have nothing to do with actual your children. It could be your inner child that is being affected. All right. And this could be like an angry outburst about something, or some sort of, backlash, that occurs. Now, this could be from you going outward, or it could be coming in. Now, the Black Moon Lilith is normally about, as I said, emotional control. And this can be that, be careful what you say at this time, because there's something that could be said in anger, or in bitterness. Or a sort of a vengeful kind of a feeling may trigger something, and that could lead to a major blow up, So just keep yourself, emotionally under control. You may have to stand your ground on something in this area. You may have to stand firm about something, but it has also got a very strong rebellious or vengeful feeling about it. It can also be bitterness, or it can be envy. Guilt, shame, any kind of fear as well. Almost like a fear of being overlooked, or a fear of being left out, or a fear of being sort of passed over in some way, shape, or form. Now, as I said, this may be to do with family gatherings, and there are children involved, blending families. It could be between you and your partner. It could be in a financial matter. But Black Moon Lilith, that is the warning, just emotional control. As I said, there could be an undercurrent that you're picking up, or something is occurring, or you're waiting for something to come out. something that's going to pop out. But I feel just stay in your compassionate mode. We are entering the month of December, and there's a lot of family gatherings that occur at this time, and all sorts of things can come out. And with Black Moon Lilith, you're going to have to keep yourself on a, in your personal power, but not, letting loose, because it really could upset the apple cart quite significantly. You could have a massive blow up. So just be careful with that. But it could also be that you're just waiting for something to occur in this. But it may also be obviously just between you and your person. It could be an intimacy issue, something like that, or it could be an unplanned birth or pregnancy of some sort that may come in for you or your children. Take it as it resonates. It will be quite a big month. Because the 4th of December, there is a solar eclipse, and that is going to be in Sagittarius. So that's a fiery energy, and you are a fire sign. So something could be said at that time, because Mercury is in the mix there, and so is Chiron. And Chiron is in Aries, also a fellow fire sign. And Chiron is retrograde, and Chiron is always about either, dealing with past wounds, or the past, or a deep emotional wounding, or some repetitive thing that keeps being suppressed until it gets dealt with. It can in some cases be like a medical mishap, or some kind of we have to visit a health facility. But because it's conjunct Mercury, and I feel it's to do with something that is going to be said or discussed, or some exchange, could occur there. Then you've also got some more energy coming, and this will be Mars this time. And Mars is your will to fight, your action energy, your get things done and going after something. It's a very strong masculine kind of warlike energy. So 8th of December, there will be a bit of an issue between Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter is very expansive, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and that is the ruler of that solar eclipse. So I feel there's going to be something may be expressed, or you may be wanting to break free from something. And then also on the 14th of December, Mars will be going into Sagittarius. So again, there's that very expansive energy, or it could also be very opinionated energy. It can also be overboard, over the top, but it's a very expansive energy. It creates vision, so just see how that comes in. And then also there will be again a tight energy between 24 and 29 December, and those are all family celebration dates. So I feel this is going to come in somewhere in here. So stay in your compassion energy, keep yourself reined in, okay? And if there's any drama, just pull back. We'll get to that. There is also the Mary Magdalene unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Okay, so come back to this compassion and unconditional love, and that will help to move things along here without creating bottlenecks or explosive situations. Mary Magdalene, that unconditional love, that is giving love or support or whatever it may be, giving it outward to others and not expecting anything back in return. Okay, so just be in your compassion energy, see things through a compassionate eye, because everybody is struggling with something, especially now, and this time of the year can be quite an intense period. Okay, so just bear that in mind. We then also have the first house coming in. So now the first house is to do with yourself, your physical self, your physical body, but it can also be about where you're headed in this life. What is your vision for yourself? What are you aiming for? When you set sail, what direction are you going in? It's your outlook, it's your attitude, it's your obviously it's your self-image, but it's what you're projecting outwards to others, what they are seeing when they see you and what they're picking up from you. So it's also your expression, your opinions, and so on. It can also be a kind of like an awakening, coming into knowledge about something, self-awareness, and all of these factors may be coming in. So again, bear this in mind with this family situation or financial matters. Could be, as I said, could be pressing in on you as well, or it's affecting your children, or it's to do with an inner child issue, or intimacy issues or union issues, something to do with that. And the first house is your expression and what direction you're headed in this regard. Now we have got at the bottom water element sensing, and then at the top we've got a leap of faith. So I feel that there may be some things swirling around at this time, and with the water element sensing card, it can sometimes be a time when you just go within. You just go with the flow and let drama or any storminess pass over you. You just pull up your boundaries and go within and spend a lot of time reading, writing, anything creative or artistic is awesome. Meditation, dreaming, planning, resting, sleeping, because your energy, I feel, is going to be low. Okay. It's going to be low. And it's coming into your first house, which is your vitality and your life force and things like that. It's actually a preparation period, the water element. It's a time to just let things go over. Just go with the flow for now, but spend time on your own, in your own space, do a lot of self-care. And if you don't feel like attending a function or some kind of event or family thing, don't go. All right. Just stay in your space, in your place, and get busy with your own creative or artistic things, because that will bring you into the present moment, and it helps to connect you to higher consciousness and bring in self-awareness and awakening, which is important. Okay. And it will also help you to coalesce what it is that you're wanting to do going forward, because the water element card can be a pause before action. So this is like a preparation before you move ahead. So let things pass over you without interference. Don't intervene if something is occurring. Just let it go, especially if it's a family-related thing. And just go within and do your artistic or your creative things, your reading, your writing, self-care, sleeping, dreaming, planning, all of those things. And that will help you. You may just need to watch your boundaries as well, because obviously, again, things come in. You've got the unconditional love and you've got the compassion. So that's great. But don't allow others to take energy from you or take advantage of you while you are in this quieter, compassionate state of mind, Go within and enjoy that peace and quiet and just be in your own environment and your own artistic and creative things. And that will help you. It could even be musically related, meditation, yoga, whatever it is that you like to do, go retreat into that, because there's a preparation. I feel that you're preparing for something. Something is coming in and you just need to take that time to recharge your batteries and your energy, And then when you are ready, when you've formulated what it is you're going to do and figured out what you want to do, and you've received information, because when you're doing these artistic and creative things, your mind gets out of the way, and then that makes space to bring in intuition, which is what we're going to get to. And that's going to bring you intuitive ideas or thoughts or feelings and so on. When you're ready, then we've got Orna, leap of faith. Okay, so take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. I feel that you're formulating something, and this is going to determine the direction that you're going to go in. But there's a leap of faith required here. So don't be scared. Don't procrastinate. Don't suppress what it is that your heart truly wants. It's just saying that there's a risk involved here, and the 9th house can be about risk. There's something that you want to do, or something that you want to put your heart into, or it's something that you've long held in your heart, which is now knocking on your door again. It requires expression of some sort. Okay. And you may just need to put a few things in place. You may need to plan a few things. You may need to get your head around certain things, but when you're ready and when you get the go ahead, take this leap of faith. All right. And don't be afraid. You've also got endings and beginnings coming in here. So this is a big cycle shift or a change of some sort. And then you're going to see which direction it is you want to go in. But don't be afraid. Leap of faith. Orna is with you, and the universe is behind you, especially if you do this preparation and this going within, and that's going to help you a lot. You may also be stressing about finance. The 8th house, as I said, is about finance. You may just be waiting for something to fall, waiting for the other shoe to drop. That kind of feeling may be going on. And it could be financially related, because you've got 5 of autumn here as well. Now, this can be about, it can also be about attitudes or beliefs around lack, having a lack mentality or a poverty consciousness. If that is the case, then do everything you can to release that and let it go. It can also be unnecessary worry about things. It can also be, like wanting to move forward with something, but you need support or you need to ask for help. So it says here, reach out to others for assistance. It says poor timing for a career change. So I feel that you're formulating and there's time to prepare here. If you are planning something like that, make sure that you get all your ducks in a row and that you analyze things carefully. So do this dreaming and planning and go within, and then you will know what to do. All right. But it says here, feeling challenged by money issues. It can also be, as I said, a fear of lack, or lack consciousness, or poverty consciousness. But it can also be that you just need to ask for help. And this is from your spirit team. It could be from other people around you. Certain people around you that you can request. With the Grand Trine coming in, it could also be that you can approach an institution or some sort of funding to help you. It's a very good time with Grand Trine blessings to ask for a loan or some sort of financial backing or something to do with that. With the Grand Trine blessings, you can be successful in that. Okay. So ask for help. There's something or some facility available to you, and I feel you can do that. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Say a prayer beforehand, do your meditations, go within and get your planning, work things out, what it is that you want to ask for. This is the formulation before action. And then we've got the actual putting the nuts and bolts, the figures and the words together comes in as well. But this is like preparation, and this is gearing up your energy in order to do something. All right. You may want to be starting your own business or doing something along those lines. And this is where the leap of faith comes in. That leap of faith could be a number of things. It could be touching on a number of areas, but it's something to do with the direction that you want to go in. It could even be health related, It could be that you are in a low energy and you may have a health issue. And then there's something that you need to do and something you need to change, perhaps diet or environment. Perhaps you've got toxic things in your environment or toxic things in your diet. Perhaps you're just doing too many things on the media front and you've exhausted your body, because nervous system can come in. And it's coming in with Virgo. So your nervous system could be overtaxed right now. So you may have to make a few changes, formulate what you're going to do, release certain things, and then you will know what to do and take the leap of faith. Okay. Then, as I said, we've got Virgo coming in here. So Virgo is an analyzing energy, but it's quite a soft energy, the Virgo. But it can be very detail oriented. All right. So this is about checking, analyzing things, checking details. Now, this can be anything related to what I've talked about. It could be a plan that you're trying together. You may be wanting to get a business plan together, but you're going through the dreaming and the planning and the quietness while you prepare. And then you go into the next phase, which is putting things down on paper. It could be writing words, publishing, things like that. You may be a writer, or you may want to write something, or you maybe want to get coursework ready for something you want to launch. But it could also be figure related. And this is where the 8th house and other indicators are coming in to do with the career change or the finance. You may need to get a business plan together, whatever it is. Okay. This Virgo analytical energy is coming in. But the other side of Virgo is also the analysis paralysis. You could be going overboard with that. Okay. So just make sure that you're not overtaxing yourself. Worrying can come in with Virgo. Virgo can be a real worrywart. And it's unnecessary. You don't need to do it. What it will do is it will create a situation like a negative loop where you draw towards you the things that you're worrying about. So don't worry. All right. Rather spend your time in self-care, rest, plan, dream, get things sorted out, but be positive about what you're doing. With the 5 of autumn, sometimes you can have a very negative outlook or a very negative attitude towards certain things. You don't want that. Okay. You want to be positive. Yes, there is analysis to be done, but you're more than capable of doing it. I can see that in these cards here. More than capable. So just apply yourself when you're ready. It's a sifting and sorting energy. The positive, beautiful aspects of Virgo is that being able to analyze things, to look at pros and cons, also to give advice. You may be giving advice to others. Or if it's not advice for your nearest and dearest or for yourself or your family, then it may be very well advice for others. And this is about pros and cons. This is about giving people options. and saying, well, this is what we can do and how this can be done, and this is the plan, that how it will look. So it's that ability to come up with a plan or solutions, or to look at things, sifting and sorting, analysis. Also writing and words, and numbers may come into this calculation, or whatever it is. It can also be to do with decluttering. So it may be that somewhere in your environment, whether it's an emotional declutter or a physical material world declutter, Virgo is very good at that. You may be helping others to declutter as well. So whether this is like through coaching, or whether this is through other intuitive things that you're doing, or practical things, writing or numbers, or however it is, there's some sort of advice that you can give. It's like a service to others. Virgo can very much be about how you can help others, but it certainly is that the decluttering, there may be some of that required in your life to make room for new things, to make room for better things, newer things, things that are more suited to you now at this point in your development. Okay, so take all that into consideration. Very strong detail analysis and weighing, sifting and sorting, and coming up with progressions and probabilities and possibilities, and looking at things, giving a very unbiased view, all of those wonderful Virgo qualities. Also very caring sign, but also tendency to worry. So don't worry. It can also be criticism or critical thoughts of yourself or of others. And this is where the unconditional love comes in. Okay. Come back to this always, especially if you are looking at others critically, whether it's yourself, unconditional love for yourself, or whether it's for others. Come back to this unconditional love. Be in the Mary Magdalene energy. Okay. Look her up. She's got these wonderful texts about Mary Magdalene. Come back to your compassion energy. All right. For yourself and for others. And that will help to move the wheels along here. And you will not then be projecting a negative vibe. Okay. You want to be projecting positive things. So let go of criticism, nitpicking, things like that. All right. Then we've got here the ninth house. The ninth house is a very expansive house. This is the house of Sagittarius. And as I said, there is Sagittarius energy, particularly 4th of December and 14th of December. So this is a very expansive energy. It's also about intuition and the understanding of that and the intuitive processes. It's the seeking of truth. So you may be finding out the truth of something, or you may be seeing the truth of something, or you are seeing the path in some way. The ninth house is very expansive. As I said, it's like you meeting the world in some way. You've got the first house here, and you've got a leap of faith. So you could be connecting to other people who are in different countries to you. So they could be foreign. You could be connecting online, or through books, or through writing or coursework. It could be through learning, law, legal matters. The law and the higher courts come in with this. So you could also be learning from a higher learning point of view. So you could be going back to university, or going to university, or going to adult education. Or you could be understanding the deeper concepts of law and the legal situation, and also the higher courts, or philosophy, religion, belief systems. Anything like that comes into the ninth house. It can also be adventure and exploration of some sort. Now, this could be travel, long distance travel, or international travel. And this is where the international aspect or foreign aspect comes in. Learning about other kinds of people, where they live, their cultures, visiting places. You may be wanting to go on a journey. There's a number of ways that this can come in. But it's expansion. It's you meeting the world in some way, shape, or form. It can also be, as I said, from a career point of view, it could be publishing, writing, journaling, or journalism. And there's some sort of risk, a little bit of risk attached to this as well, because Jupiter is rules this house, and it's a very expansive house. But it could also be to do with like going on a quest of some sort, if it's a spiritually related quest as well.